É sensacional, o jeito que ela faz comigo é fora do normal. Eu tô na zona de perigo. Foi beijando minha boca com a mão na minha nuca.
DJ TSK, tá ligado? O brabo tem nome.
Ela me pede, não para não. E vem sentando gostoso sem pai. E vem jogando de ladinho. Me joga, se eu tô gostando. Ela me pede, não para não, meu bem. E vem sentando gostoso sem pai. E vem jogando de ladinho. O jeito que ela faz comigo é fora do normal. Eu tô na zona de perigo. Foi beijando minha boca com a mão na minha nuca.
DJ TSK, tá ligado? O brabo tem nome.
Ela me pede, não para não. E vem sentando gostoso sem pai. E vem jogando de ladinho. Ela me pede, só para não, meu bem. E vem sentando gostoso sem pai. E vem jogando de ladinho.
DJ TSK, tá ligado? O brabo tem nome.
Dessa maneira, taca, taca.
Do já!
Nossa tropa tá presente, te explode no barril. Os cria tá presente, te explode. A nossa tropa tá presente, te explode no barril. Os cria tá presente, te explode.
Vai toma, toma, vai toma, toma.
mentindo, menina. Eu sou artista focada e capacitada em tacar forte na
nessa,
sua
bebê.
vida. Eu já sofri por amor.
Não vai tomar.
Agora o tu pisa lá do corpo do pai.
Vai tomar.
Pisa lá do corpo do pai.
Okay, it's us.
Yo, what's going on, guys? This is your boy Jamie freaking Woods back at it with Real Talk number 13. Man, I've been on a roll, these Real Talks, man. We did number 12. I think it was with Ronan, the traveler. He was a cool dude. We did number 11, DJP, and number 10 with Camilla. Check those out. Definitely, man. I love it. But speaking of special guests, man, I can't think of a better guest than this person I'm about to introduce real quick, man. This person right here gave me my first big break. I remember reaching back out to him years ago, and I was like, man, we need to collaborate. And he was like, yeah, let's go ahead and do it, man. And ever since then, man, we've been communicating, we've been talking, man. Cool dude. I look up to him almost like a mentor. Cool guy, man. Goes to Colombia. In fact, that's the reason why I brought him on, because I was like, man, there's no better person to bring on than this person right now, because this person has a lot of knowledge of Colombia, and of course, I'm talking about my boy, Kings and Dreams. What's going on, Kings? How you doing?
What's going on? What's going on, my man Jamie Woods, my Dominican brother? Que lo que? Que lo
Ya tú
que?
sabes que lo que, amigo. But how you been, man? How's everything going, Kings?
Man, everything has been going well, man. Everything has been going great, man. I'm living life, man, and I'm loving life. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to be here with you. I'm excited to talk to your audience. Also got my audience here too, and I really appreciate the fact that you said that you look up to me, man. I look up to you too, man, because I see what you're doing on TikTok and you blowing
Yeah,
up.
people
I see you,
sleeping on
man.
that, man. They sleeping. I may just give him a sneak peek. I don't know yet. I may give him a sneak peek. That's on the Patreon, ladies and gentlemen. It's on the Patreon. And for those of you who don't know what he's talking about, I used to do TikTok lives, and I would invite over certain people from all around the world. So we're talking about Brazil, Colombia, Peru, Latin America, basically. And they would come on, and we would, it would be like an interview. I would ask them questions about, where they're from, the culture, the country, the food, and sometimes it would twerk on camera. I'm serious. Kings knows what I'm talking about, man.
Absolutely.
I had this
Absolutely.
I had this Brazilian girl literally twerk out of nowhere. I just played her, like, I don't know if you guys ever heard that song Tao Que, which is a big popular song in Brazil. It was last year, of course. So I
Yeah.
played that for her, not even thinking anything of it. I just wanted to put some music in the background. And that's the thing about Brazilian women. And I know we're talking about Colombia today. I know we're talking about Colombia, but I had to squeeze
Yeah.
in a little Brazil content for y'all. You know what I mean? This is
Yeah.
a word of advice for you guys. Never, ever, ever play Brazilian music in front of a Brazilian woman. Because the thing is, as soon as you start playing that, man, one thing is going to lead to another. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just warning y'all, man. They love music and they love to dance. They got rhythm. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what he's referring to. I had a lot of cool stuff, man. And of course, if you guys want to check that out, that's in my Patreon. But Kings, can you introduce yourself to the audience real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. So I go by the name Kings and Dreams on all platforms. I am a YouTube content creator. Started my channel summer of 2021, and I started my channel really just talking about dating and relationships, and then travel, mental health, physical health, and so really just all out plethora of things when it comes to dating, relationships, learning different cultures, especially for men, mental health. That's very, very important, right? And also physical health. So, talking about all of these things and having great conversations with the ladies as well, whether they are domestic or abroad.
All right. Yeah, man. Definitely subscribe to Kings and Dreams if you already haven't, man. I'm telling you, man, my boy's been dropping amazing content for a while now, man. I remember I've been following Kings since I believe 2022. It was the summer of 2022 that I stumbled on your channel, and I remember you having the Unity in the Manosphere. I believe it was one of the first two.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Who else is uniting the Manosphere, man? You know what I mean? Who else is doing that besides Kings and Dreams, man? We got to give my man his roses.
I tried to.
Yeah, you tried that, and sometimes they don't work. You know what I mean? Because things
Yeah.
happen. We have different ideologies and opinions, but it's the thought that counts, man. You try to bring us together. But speaking of someone else in the Manosphere, Flyboy, what's going on, my man? Thanks for the comment, man. I appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah, man. Jersey's in the building. Shout out to the Flyboy Way. TheFlyBoy. Don't ask why. Just check out the channel. My boy, the Flyboy Way, man. That's my dude, man. It's my dude. Went to high school with him, man.
I actually have checked out his content, man. I'm a big fan. I think he has like guides, right? Like travel guides for cities.
Yeah, he has travel guides, and
Yeah.
shout out to him again. He just hit 100K. Like he's had his YouTube
Ooh,
channel.
all
I
right.
think yeah, he's had his YouTube channel since I think like 2007, and and um and like I would say like the past like 2 3 years, and I don't want to take anything away from not to say that he wasn't being consistent. He's always been consistent, but what I will say is like I mean he's been doing lives every single day, like wanting to hit that 100K and more, and he's just going and going, man. Seriously.
Well, take it as inspiration, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, absolutely.
And the thing is, like, even myself as a YouTuber, I've been around for 4 years now, 4 years this month, actually. And the thing is, I still feel like I'm not at where I need to be. I'm like, damn, I should be way higher than this. I've been in it for 4 years. What is going on? But that's the thing about life, ladies and gentlemen, is whether you start a business, you start a new sport, it don't matter what it is. Like, you're not going to be good at it at first. And you have to be patient with the process, learn, improve, and take criticism, of course. And then over the next couple of years, you get better and better and better. Like, it don't matter how long it takes you, just as long as you get there. You know what I mean? But yeah, Flyboy is an inspiration. Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Keep the comments coming, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe, you already have it. Notification, and of course, the Patreon, man. Check out that content, man. But Kings, let's get to the topic, the subject matter over here. Well, I actually have one introductory question for you. So what made you want to visit Colombia in the first place? Let's start off with that.
Sure. So my birthday's in February, and every year for my birthday, I always wanted to either travel somewhere or whether it's like in the states or out of the states, but I've always wanted to go somewhere or have like a nice big birthday party or whatever. So for February of 2020, before the whole beer bug thing happened and everything just went haywire, so Flyboy was mentioning that he was going out to this carnival in Colombia. So I said, well, you know what? He and we hadn't really done a trip in quite a few years because we had our sons around the same time. And, with dad and being a
Mhm.
parent, like, kid come first, right? So I'm
Absolutely.
like, you know what? Yeah. And then at that time, I had just got a promotion for the company where I was at. So I was like, got a promotion, got some time. Let me check it out. And when I went to Colombia, I just learned so much about the country. But not only did I learn so much about the country, I learned how much I didn't know and what we living in the United States didn't know. Right. And let me kind of expound on that if you don't mind.
No,
Because
go ahead, man. Take your time.
okay. So when we went to Colombia, we stayed in Barranquilla. So there's a yearly festival, and this festival that Barranquilla, and all of the Colombians from all across the world, right? Like, you living in tri-state, there's Colombians, right? So, like they were all over. They congregated, they went there, right? So um about an hour and a half away from there, there's a place called Palenque, Colombia. And what I found out is that Palenque, Colombia is the first territory of all of the Americas, so North Central South America, of free slaves. So they actually made Palenque, Colombia their territory. And what's really cool and interesting about it is that they police themselves.
Interesting.
Yeah, they police themselves. And it's an impoverished area, but everyone is happy. Everyone has a smile on their face, and literally everyone will give you the shirt off their back if you ask them. I mean, and it's a very friendly environment. But just to find out that because we watch shows like we would hear like
Narcos, I'm
shows like
assuming.
Narcos, right, and you would see like all the all the blanquitas, and no diss to them, but like when you start to see like the like the dark skinned people, the melanin, and I was like, wow, like there's people that actually look like me. Like if I saw them in New York, I would think that
The black.
like yeah, right. And so that's one of the reasons why I fell in love with the country. Cartagena. I met people from Buenaventura, Choco. Like, and these are all predominantly Afro places in Colombia. And what I've learned is that it's so much that I didn't know. And I was so eager to learn more and more and more. And that's why I just kept going back. Right. And like when we get our textbooks and we hear about the history, we
Mhm.
don't know. We don't know. I don't want to swear, but we don't know ish. We don't know ish, man.
Nothing about the world in general, man. Like these schools
No,
don't teach us anything
no,
about the world.
no. Like when you travel, you find out how much you don't know.
Facts.
And it's like, man, I'm smart and I'm intelligent. And then, man, once you get off this soil, you're book smart, but you're not smart, especially as Black people, where we don't realize how close our history is. And people would think that I'm kind of going off on a tangent now, and I'll
That's
leave
all
it
good,
there.
man. I
But
love it, man. You're
people,
dropping gems. You're dropping
yeah,
gems.
but people, but a lot of us don't realize that like Brazil is predominantly Black,
Yep. That's
and it's two-thirds, about two-thirds of the United States. So that's basically from New York to like Texas and a little bit past Texas. That's how big Brazil is, and it's predominantly Black. It's just mind blowing, man. It's just mind blowing.
well, to add on to what you were saying, man, you dropped a lot of gems. First of all, I don't even know where to start. But I guess since we're on the topic, I guess of Brazil, even though it is a Colombia thing, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's right. You're right, man. They have the highest population of Black people there, but also they have the highest population of Japanese and Lebanese people outside of those countries.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an interesting fact. There's a lot of Japanese people in Brazil, especially in Sao Paulo. Uh,
Yes.
but you said some other things that I thought were very interesting. You were talking about how like one of the neighborhoods you said that was they self-police themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the town of Palenque. So Palenque, Colombia, which is about an hour and a half from Barranquilla, right? And so what I was saying is in that town, it's all like it's all Black people, and like they police themselves. So like there's no like actually like government official. If someone were to take something or what have you, like no government official is going to stop them. What I'm saying is that they police themselves. So like the town will decide. Let's say stole someone maybe stole like some food or whatever, right? Like so the town can decide, okay, this person spends 2 or 3 weeks in jail, and they all decide that like as a unit. So that's what I'm saying. Like they self-police themselves, right? So like you and I, we go down the street, we go to the local Walmart, CVS, or whatever. We take something, we run out. We're getting arrested. Now the law, like the city law or the state law, is going to prosecute us, right? As opposed to the people in that town will say, hey, you know what? You stole this. You got to be in jail for 3 days, 10 days, or whatever the case is. I'm saying so they police themselves.
No, that's interesting, man. Because there's not that many places I heard of that it's like self-police, but that's kind of cool.
Right.
But that leads me to my next question. So how's
Sure.
and a huge question too, like how's the safety in Colombia? Because I think let me just get to this. So because I think the problem is there's a lot of concern right now over
Mhm.
safety in
Right.
Colombia. I think this
Right.
is the main inspiration behind this live stream. There's a lot of trash talk right now about Colombia. Colombia at one point was considered, well, it still is. It's the capital. I believe is the capital of the Passport Bros movement, in my opinion. I think every time I think about the Passport Bros movement, I think about Medellin, Colombia, because I feel like that's where everyone's been to. That's where everyone goes to. There's a lot of brothers out in Colombia. But as of late, in the last year or so, there's just been so much negativity that's been going on there, man, because of the safety, because
Right.
of the scoping, because of all that. So, what's
Yeah.
your opinion on the safety in Colombia? Like, is it over exaggerated? Like, are people over exaggerating how dangerous it is, or are they saying the truth? What's your opinion on that?
Well, okay, so actually the capital, my Dominican brother, would be your country, Sosua.
I stand corrected, I guess. I thought it was Medellin because everyone talks about Medellin. Comment in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. What is the capital of the Passport Bros movement? Is it Sosúa,
Sosua,
Dominican Republic, or
Sosua,
Medellin? Put it in the comments. I would love to
Sosua.
hear that.
Oh, my man, Philly Dom is in the building. Man, my guys are pulling up, man. But
Yo, they're pulling up.
yeah. So let me. Yeah, I see my man Ronan in here. But
Let me just address everyone first,
yeah,
because
yeah,
I
I got
feel
you. I
like we
got
have
you.
a lot
Yeah.
of people in the chat right now. My bad, Kings.
No, you good,
So let me
brother.
start off over here. So we have my boy Garden Scientist, Kings and Dreams with the Crowns. Thank
Salute,
you,
my
brother.
G.
Then we got Ronin Travelers. A salute to the brothers in the chat and the host, Kings and Dreams, facts. And then we have Philly Dawn. Traveling's the biggest teacher. Yes, 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 man. Yes, it is, man. There's a lot
Man.
that I didn't even know about until I started traveling. I'm sure Kings can say the same.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So then we have Hey, what's up? All right, you're addressing Garden Scientist. Then we got Big Sean TV. I'm for sure still going. As you should, brother. As
Oh
you
yeah,
should.
he's referring to the title.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Shout out
yeah,
to my
yeah.
man Big Sean. Yep. Yeah, I knew that title would catch people's attention. That's why I did that.
It's funny because we have two different titles. You have We Are Going to Colombia, I believe it is, and then
Yeah, I said
mine
we're
is
still going to Colombia. Yeah.
mine is it still worth going to Colombia? You know, I think it's kind of funny. So we have ooh, damn, we have a lot of comments. Oh boy, damn. All right, shout out to Jamie Woods, the Flyboy Way, and Kings and Dreams. Thank you, Philly Dom. All right, so I guess you're answering what's the capital, and it's Thailand. I guess I'm gonna have to put Thailand on the bucket list because I've actually never been out there to Thailand. Uh, so we got Chalupe, I think of the DR. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Woods. Oh, are we related or something, my friend? Or maybe DR. Okay. Billy Don says so. Sua, Dominican Republic is the capital of the passport.
Yes.
That dude, I guess I
Yes,
stand
there's a
corrected.
lot.
I thought it was Medellin. I honestly thought it was
Nah,
Medellin.
I mean, like Colombia is on the list, but like I mean, if you go like in these groups, like there's so many expats in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard of a ton of them, man. I just
Yeah.
had Ronan the Traveler here actually, and he goes to DR a lot. We're talking about Sosua.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
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 I guess I stand corrected. I guess DR is, and I'm Dominican. I guess I should
yeah.
know this.
Right.
Uh, but QB passport flexing, what's good? What's going on, man? What's going on, man? I appreciate the super chat, man.
My dude QB. Definitely check out QB's channel, man.
Oh, I definitely have to check it out. Brothers still sleep on Mexico. Yes, but I believe Mexico has the largest population of expats. If I'm correct, that's what I heard.
I think in total, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah,
Well,
Mexico is I will agree with QB. Mexico is definitely slept on because there's a lot of expats in Mexico and there's a lot of safe areas in Mexico too, man. So definitely it's slept on.
yeah, Mexico's on my bucket list. Thailand's on the bucket list. Man, there's so many great places to visit, man. So little time, you know.
Right,
But
right.
Big Sean TV, it definitely can't be Medellin. Too many people afraid to go. But I still feel like there's a ton of people that still go there. You know, like, I don't know. I still, my opinion, I still, every time I think about Passport Bros, the first city that comes up in my mind is Medellin, Colombia. But I guess everyone else thinks is Sosua. I'm in Sosua, Dominican Republic right now, man. Have fun out there, my friend. Have some Brugal, have some Mamajuana. You know what I mean? Tell the chicks que lo que. You know, have some fun out there, man. Garden Scientist, QB Pass, what part of
Oh,
Mexico? All right.
he's asking him a question.
All right. So, Kings, back
Yeah,
to our
yeah, yeah.
question.
Yeah, so you were asking me. Yeah, so you were
The
asking
safety.
me like, is Colombia safe, and are people kind of overhyping the danger?
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I will say, right? So for the most part, Colombia is safe, and when you look at like the crime rate between the United States and Colombia, like it's such a vast difference, right? Like in the United States, you don't have to worry about somebody who may be mentally ill and just going up like to random places and just randomly like shooting and deleting people,
Mm-hmm.
right? In the United States, you have to worry about that. In Colombia, that's not going to happen. Usually, if there's a beef, it's because like two people know each other and they have a beef. Most of the crime is typically petty crime, right? Like um like a purse will get snatched, or if you are in a four-way intersection and there's a guy on a motorcycle and you're not paying attention. You're looking down in the middle of texting. He snatches the phone and drives off. Like, you got to think, okay, like the average height for a male in the United States, I want to say is about 5'9", right? And the average height for a Colombian man is about 5'6". So they don't want to be confrontational. They're not going to want to fight. So it's a lot of petty crime and stuff like that. Now, when it gets to like the scopolamine and the druggings and stuff like that, guys are not doing their research, right? And what they're doing, you mentioned Medellin, they're going to one section of Medellin. It's a section of a section, right? So like Parque Yetis is a section of El Poblado in Medellin. So it's like this, like in New York, right? How you got all the 5 boroughs, right? So and in Manhattan, you got Washington Heights, Harlem, and I would say like Medellin is like Washington Heights. But does that mean all of Manhattan is bad? No, that's not what that means. But see, the thing is that people keep going to Washington Heights because that's where the action is. So you could get easy access. You understand what I mean? So you putting yourself in those precarious positions, and then when you go on these dating apps and like, the girl's like, hey, I want to meet you. Can I bring my friend over? And that's typically not Colombian culture, right? Like if a woman says, oh, hey, can I bring my friend over? And she's never met you before, like, and she wants to hang out, like, okay, I get it. You like, hey, as a man, I'm how about to have fun? But that's not how Colombian culture is, right? So typically a woman won't necessarily speak to you unless you come speak to her, one, or you get introduced to her by someone that she knows. So it's like a warm introduction, or like if you're out and about and you see her, she's not going to come and address you. Like, she'll look at you and give you the choosing signals for you to come and approach her. You know what I mean? And again, I'm talking about regular women. I'm not talking about like
Yeah, I
ladies
know
of
what
the
you
night.
mean.
Yeah, because ladies in the night, they gonna come and approach you, whatever, because they want to get paid. But a woman who's not on that type of time in Colombia, they're not aggressive like women in Brazil are, like how they'll kind of assert themselves. Colombia, like, no, they're more like reserved. Like, the woman will look at you and they will expect you as the man to
To
come
make
and
the move.
approach them. You know what I mean? So that's how that works. Guys are putting themselves in messed up positions. And it's sad because these guys are not thinking like, hey, you have not only a responsibility to yourself, but you also have a responsibility to your family. Every time when you travel, that's important, right? And it's like, okay, there's 2 guys in my apartment building the last time I was there, and I think I've said this to you privately, right? But what ended up happening was there was these guys, and they just kept bringing like a bunch of girls from Parque Yetis, and I kept seeing like the yellow cab literally like every 2 or 3 hours dropping different girls off. Hey, you know what? Have your fun, be safe. That's the problem. You were having your fun, but you weren't being safe. You know what I mean? And it's like, so these guys got scoped. One dude got his passport stolen, and he had to get flown out to the embassy, which is in Bogota, Colombia, and then had to get a temporary passport so that he could get back to the United States. So the short answer is it's safe. It's just that guys do stupid stuff. That's it, man.
And that's the thing, man, is that this is what they're not talking about in the media. You know what I mean? They always try to blame it on the passport bros. They keep getting stolen. That's what you get for leaving the country, goddamn. You should stay in America and date the women here. Da, da, da. They always pin it on that, man. But the thing is, man, I think these are just people that are going to Colombia that probably haven't really been out the country like that. There might be the
Yeah.
weekend warriors, you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
You know, they don't really get much action here in America, so they go out to a place like Colombia where there's a plethora of beautiful women all around with them
Right.
accents, that paisa accent. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
speak to you and you get hypnotized. And also, the thing
Yeah.
is, they hear these women talk and the way they look and
Mhm.
the way they move and the way they act, all feminine and sweet, right? And
Yeah.
you know, they're offering their rates or whatever the case is. And my firm belief is, I think if you don't mess with these working women or these type of women, like, I think you should be fine. If you mess with a regular chick, as
Yeah.
long as you what's it called? As long as you vet her, you should be fine. And that's just my opinion.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I know we got a super chat, and we also
Yeah.
got some comments in the chat. But let me just say this, because you have mentioned the beautiful woman, and that's important because most guys nowadays are not getting noticed by the woman. Even average guys are not getting not getting noticed by average women, right? And I had a conversation. Last week where I was on this podcast and we were talking about like how the access to like average people nowadays with social media, right? Because a Drake could slide in a woman's DMs. It could be a country singer, it could be a rock and roll artist, it could be an actor, who could just slide in like an average chick's DMs, right? And so and the inflation of the ego, right? Which is crazy. So when you go to a country like Colombia, where most of the women are beautiful, and like a Columbia 6 in the United States is like an 8. So when guys aren't used to getting that attention, and then the woman is smiling, and then you think that like she genuinely likes you, you lose all your inhibitions because you so wrapped up like, wow, I can't believe this beautiful woman was talking to me. When I try to like DM a girl like who lives down the street from me, like she left me on red because she messing with the dope dealer who got the $100,000 Porsche. You know what I mean? And I got a nice Toyota Camry. It's good, it's reliable, but I ain't got a Porsche. You know what I mean? So that's the vibe, man. So when guys go over there and they're not used to getting that, they get hypnotized, and then they get hypnotized. You understand?
No, facts, man. You're dropping gems again, man. And I think people are getting too drunk overseas. They're too trusting of some of these girls with their drinks and all that. I was in a situation in Brazil. I gotta mention Brazil because I haven't been to Colombia.
Yeah.
But you mentioned something, I believe, about a threesome, correct? Before,
Oh, yes.
or
Yeah.
like bringing another girl over. So I feel like that is a red flag. That's a huge red. When a girl tells me, "Hey, can I bring my friend over?" I don't know. I get a red flag in my mind. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So this happened to me in Brazil where I was hanging with a chick. She said, "Hey, can I bring my friend over?" And I
Mm-hmm.
told her straight up, like in my mind, I'm like, "Oh yeah," but I'm like, "Nah, I need to chill. Like I'm in a foreign country with a woman that I barely even know like that. I'm gonna tell her no." So I told her no. She was cool with it. But here's the difference between Brazil and Colombia. In Brazil,
Mm-hmm.
that's actually normal. That's actually normal from what I've heard from people, for a girl to be like, "Hey, let me invite my friend over," and they ain't gonna rob you, nothing like that. I don't know how it is in Colombia. I don't know if that's a norm in Colombia or if that's a setup. I have no idea, but I know in Brazil that is a norm. But
No,
either way, though, yeah,
yeah.
go ahead, Kings.
No. I was just gonna respond really quick. Hey, Sean, I got you, man. We go read your super chat. But no,
Yeah,
but what I was saying was that like it's typically not the norm. Like if we're talking like a regular, a regular girl who has like a regular job, right? It's typically not the norm. Like if she's gonna bring her friend over, it would be like during the day, and then after like you and her have had a chance to actually hang out and build a rapport. You know what I mean? So like upon the first time meeting you, like a woman is typically not going to come to your house. You know what I mean? Like she'll meet you somewhere. She'll meet you maybe across the street from your house, but she's not gonna want to come inside your house because she doesn't know you. You know what I mean? And she don't know like what type of time you on. You know, so like these women are weary about these things. So now if it's you're talking about like a party girl, yeah, like she's gonna bring her friend, and then even then you have to be careful because of the scopolamine. You know what I mean? Like you cannot like and guys, you cannot leave your drinks around. Like I always say that, like, man, if you gotta go to the bathroom or whatever, you put your drink down, like, you know what, man, make yourself another drink. I wouldn't. I would, man. I wouldn't even. I would get like a completely different cup. You know what I mean? Completely different set of ice. All of that.
I mean, drinks are cheap in Colombia, isn't it? Like, aren't the drinks cheap out there, anyways?
I mean, yeah. Like compared to the United States, like we went to the like there's this club in Medellin. It's like a hip hop dancehall club, and we got like 2 bottles, and it equivalated with tip to like $90.
All right. Definitely, man. All right. Let me address Big Sean real quick. My bad, Big Sean. Mexico Coon. Coon. Are you trying to say cool? But brothers not feeling the SpongeBob body type, but the box is. I know what you mean by that.
He talking about Mexico. Oh man,
that's the thing, man. Mexico underrated, man.
Here with QB probably going at it about Mexico.
Mexico underrated. I've seen a lot of people
going to pay for Mexico.
But the thing about Mexico is, I think the problem is they get overshadowed by the rest of Latin America because you got the Dominican women with the curves, you got the Colombianas, you got the Brazilian women. There's so much like amazing women all across Latin America that I think Mexico gets a little overshadowed. But there are a lot of beautiful women in Mexico.
No, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. So we were just talking about red flags and stuff like that for a bit. So let's go over some more red flags. What are some other red flags when it comes to dating or women in Colombia?
Another red flag is when she starts asking you for money, and like if she says like, oh, like her mother is sick or her grandmother is sick, and when she starts like to do that, like no, because what will happen is like I've seen this happen with a lot of guys, and a lot of guys like who I have consultations with. It's almost like you could just tell, like, all right, like this guy has been through the same thing. Like, okay, for an example, right? A guy will pay the girl's phone bill. Maybe her phone bill is about $10-15, right? No sweat. Okay. But then what ends up happening, oh, I need money for food, $30-40, right? Then few weeks later or a month later, oh, my grandmother's sick, she needs medicine, $75. Oh, I'm late on rent, maybe $100, $125. But you see the elevation, because the thing is that you, as the man, you started the domino effect. So it's like the more that you get, that like, okay, what's it called, like the inch to a mile or whatever, like, yo, like you give an inch, and then now she's gonna inch an inch an inch an inch. Next thing,
almost like she's testing the waters in a sense.
Yes, she's testing the waters, right? Because like, $15 you're not tripping, but now like now she's got you on the hook, because once she gets that 100-150 out of you and you start paying it, right? And then like if you tell, like now you start to tell her no, and then she's gonna be like, oh, amor, and then now she's gonna be like, oh, you make me feel bad, and you know what I mean? And now she's guilt tripping you, and then now, you know what I mean? Like you're paying, $150, $200, $300 a month, right? And you start adding that, whatever, like dudes say, oh, well, I got it. But no, the whole point about it is this, right? This is why billionaires stay billionaires. And this is why rich dudes can end up broke. There's a difference. So what I'm trying to say is that no matter how insignificant you think that money is, it adds up. It adds up because you keep doing it, right? Now you're paying $300 a month for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever. You know what I mean? Like it starts to add up. And
it's like a car payment.
yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So now it's like it adds up. And then like, okay, let's say you drop the one girl and you meet another girl and it happens again. And now you on girl 3 or 4, but who's the common denominator? It's you, because you are the one that you are the one who keeps enabling, and you're not setting boundaries. Guys don't know how to set boundaries because again, they get so enamored with the beauty and the woman being like so feminine to them, and catering and loving on them, and essentially what these women do, they love bomb them. And these guys like it because they getting their ego stroked. They also getting their stroked. You know what I mean? So like they like, all right, like I'm gonna come out my pocket, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, and then next thing you know, hook, line, and sinker, because the money starts adding up. $10, $15, $30, $50, 75, 100, 125, 150. You know what I mean? 200, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And what these women are doing, they have a rotation of guys, right? So like the guy will say, "Oh, I'm coming here this week." You know what I mean, right? So now, you know, she's getting prepared for the guy that's coming over, and what she'll do is she'll fall back from the other guys, not really talking to him as much, because now the guy, one of the guys is there in her face, right? And it rotates and it rotates. She got a group of 5 guys. So she's getting, let's say she's getting 300 a month per guy, right? So what's 3 times 5? That's 15. So she's getting $1,500 a month for not doing anything and living in Colombia. She living good,
It's
dog.
like a business, man. It's like they treat us
Yo,
like a
it
business.
is a business. It's a finesse business. It's a finesse business, man.
God damn, but that's crazy, man. Like, damn. But here's the thing, man. Like, because I was about to ask you this, man. So,
Yeah.
like, almost lost my train of thought, man. God damn. 'Cause I'm just thinking about these
You
people
got
getting
caught off guard
finesse.
with
Like,
the
you blew my mind
1500.
with this information, bro.
Hey, listen. They do it in the DR too, man. They do it in the DR
Yeah,
too.
I don't think it's something exclusive to Colombia. It's probably something that
Nah.
happens all around Latin America.
Oh yeah. No, but you know what? It's not even just Latin America anymore, because you got guys going to excuse me, you got guys going to Africa, you got guys going to Kenya, you got guys going to Tanzania, you got guys going to Ethiopia, Ghana, so South Africa, like it's happening like across the world, like, because if you as a man are not focused like on your purpose and not able to read through the BS, you gonna get, man, listen, you're gonna get in that trap. Because the thing is, man, when you getting that good, and then next thing you know, like, she taking out, from your wallet. Oh, I need this, I need that, I need my Wi-Fi, I need my hair done, I need my nails done. You know what I mean? I need X, Y, and Z. I live with my mom. My mom need, X, Y, and Z. I got my little brother, my little sister. You know what I mean? And these women will have these guys on a hook, and it's a rotation of anywhere between like 3 to like 10. And the badder she is, the bigger her roster is. Trust me. This chick is like Thanos. She got the Infinity Stone of sips.
So Kings, let me ask you this then, man.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say you're dealing with a woman out in Colombia, just anywhere in general.
Yeah.
When do you think is a good point? Because eventually you will have to start providing for her, giving her some type of money.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
When do you think is a good point? Because I think there's a lot of guys that get it twisted. They think that you should start providing for a woman as soon as you meet her, which is why a lot of guys get into these traps. So when is the appropriate time to start providing and giving some type of money to the woman?
Well, I don't know, like, if there's like a specific, like, month or anything like that. But what I would say is that, like, there has to be a vetting process, right? And there needs to be a point to where, like, the woman is not self-reliant on you for money. right? Because if she's self-reliant on you for money, then you know, like you're pretty much just like a check. So what I mean is, right? So like a good quality woman, like she's gonna have a pretty decent job. I'm not saying like she has to be like I'm not saying like she has to be like a high price attorney or corporate accountant or or anything like that. But what I'm saying is that not because when you come around, she's all of a sudden broke. Like, what were you doing when I wasn't around? You know what I mean? So, going through that vetting process, I guess if I had to put a timeline on it, I would say probably like maybe like three months or more, where you can start to, what I mean. I wouldn't say provide, but you could provide experiences, and what I mean by that is like you
Dates.
know you guys hang out, you guys go to a nice restaurant and stuff like that, or a decent restaurant. I wouldn't say like you guys are going to 5-star. Like you have to build it, and see, this is one thing that guys forget. And I have a lot of like consultations with guys where they're not scaling the dating. And what I mean by that is like when you are going on a date with a woman and you're starting to get to know her, and then you want to bring her to like a Fogo de Chao, and then you want to go to a 5-star restaurant. You want to bring her to the yacht, right? And the thing about it is that the dates have to elevate. You can't bring her to Fogo de Chao date one, and then you want to bring her to IHOP day two. Like, nah, like you know what I'm saying? Like, no, you're playing yourself. You gotta elevate the dates. So the dates like should start off with something small. Like I always tell guys, like the first date should be no more than like $50. That's the first date. Should be no more than $50. You know, and I think that's a good range. That's a good range to have a decent amount of fun. You know what I mean? And like the first date should be something simple. You know, coffee, tea. Maybe you guys go out for if it's in the summer, walk, maybe get some ice cream or whatever the case is. Like the first date is really to just build that conversation, that foundation. What are your core values? What like as a man, what are you trying to see in your woman and her looking for in a man? So these guys will just go jump out the window and like do like these 5-star extravagant things, and the most annoying thing that annoys me is like when I hear like, oh man, if you got it, it's no big deal. But it's like, why not bank that? Why not bank that? And instead of trying to be a millionaire, why don't you try to be a billionaire?
That's the thing though, Kings. You
Yeah.
said a lot of great stuff, man. But I think the problem with a lot of men, a lot of American men specifically, is
Yeah.
that we take that American dating mindset and we put that overseas, meaning that
Mhm.
we think that we have to do the most for these girls. Because these girls out here, you take them to Cheesecake Factory and they got a problem with it. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
a lot of us think, oh, we got to do bigger and better, above and beyond, like Buzz Lightyear. You know what I mean? So they
Right,
go out
right,
to a
right.
country like Colombia, and sure, the
Mhm.
cost of living is still cheap, but they out here taking these girls to the 5-star restaurants like they would here in the States
Right.
because they're trying to impress these girls and all that. But the problem is you're not setting the right foundation, if that makes any sense. Because
No,
that
no,
girl's
no,
viewing you like,
absolutely.
yeah, exactly. I feel like you said, you have to start off small. It has to gradually build up. Like Brazil, for example. I went on a date, an Insta date, met a girl on the boardwalk, and guess what we did? I took her to get fucking coconut water. We got caipirinhas. We walked around the beach, went on the beach itself, and that was literally a date. And that was only a couple bucks. That's all you got to do. And it was a fun ass trip.
Yeah.
The girl appreciated it. Y'all don't got to do the most for these girls. You know what I mean? Especially overseas. Y'all don't got to do the most. Take them
Nah, yeah.
somewhere, chill. You go there, you spend a couple bucks, get to meet her, vet her, see what type of girl she is. And then over time, if you see, all right, this woman's great, she has my back, she really with me for me, then from there you progress it.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. Do you know how many man? Do you know how many women get like excited just to have like a nice burger and fries and a Coca Cola? And you guys are trying to bring like you guys are trying to like bring the filet mignon and the lobster and all that. Man, she just want a nice burger and fries and a nice Coca Cola. And it's simple. Like you guys are crazy. And when you guys do all of that, and then you guys come back to the States, man, I'm telling you, she's hooking up with Pablo, who's giving her like the $3-4 burgers and fries and Coca Cola. You know what I mean? In his one bedroom apartment, and he ain't even got AC. He got the fan that's sitting on the window. That's it.
Oh shit.
I
Yeah,
mean, come
no,
on.
no, you're right, bro. A lot of these local guys, bro, they ain't doing the most for these females. It's straight up D and bubblegum, man. That's all they doing with these girls. You know what I mean? So
No,
no,
absolutely,
like,
absolutely,
I'm not
and
telling you guys not to take the girl out, take her out. You know what I mean? But you gotta budget. You gotta really like build it up gradually, like King said, man. Don't be doing the most, bro. You don't gotta do that overseas. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
your money, your resources is your power. And the problem is a lot of these men give it up for free without
right,
vetting the woman, without seeing what type of woman this is. You know what I mean? A lot of men come from America with a low self-esteem, low confidence, no experience. They go out to Colombia, a place with a plethora of beautiful women. And as soon as the first beautiful woman says hi to you, it's like you give it up for free. Stop doing that, guys. You know what I mean? Start taking it easy, build it up gradually, and you'll meet a good woman, man, that actually cares about you. You know what I mean? Instead of using you for your money.
no, absolutely, man. Absolutely, and I don't want to make any excuses for these guys, but again, like kind of circling back to what I had said maybe about 20 minutes ago or so. Like part of the reason is because the average guy is not getting attention from the average woman.
Oh, we got a super chat here, man. So he says, "Hello, gentlemen. Is it wrong to spend if you have it?" What do you think about that, King?
Miss Polly, shout out to Miss Polly. Yeah, and also make sure you guys check out her channel as well. No, so I actually just mentioned that, Miss Polly. So I would say spend within reason, right? Just because you have just because like you have like let's say you have 5 million, your net worth is 5 million. Like you don't have to just take a woman out on a boat ride or a yacht or a helicopter ride. Like it, manage your expectations, right? Because not like at any point your money can be gone, and why not have that 5 million and not want to turn that into 15, 25, so on and so forth, right? And so when you start to say, yeah, I got it, and you start to spend frivolously, like this is what I will say: financial security is so important. It is extremely important. And if you are bad with money, it's hard to trust someone who's bad with money, man, because you're going to make stupid decisions, you're irresponsible. And as men, you have to be responsible. Listen, I'm not saying like you can't splurge and have fun, a little, sometimes or whatever. You know what I mean? You work hard, you deserve it. But like, if you're like, trying to pop bottles every weekend, and yeah, like, oh man, this bad chick, I'm taking her to like, I'm going to Dubai, or I'm going to like all this, like, like doing all this rah rah stuff. It's like, come on, man, like you're doing too much. You know, I think that you should spend within reason. And if you have a woman who truly likes you, she will appreciate it, right? Because even if a woman knows that you have a lot of money and knows that like you're not going to just be all out with your money, she would typically have respect for you if she truly is interested in getting to know you. Now, if she's just trying to get to the money, she's a hustler. Hey, listen, game respect game. But you talking to the last boss of the game here. So that's not gonna fly. You know what I mean?
But you know what's a green flag dating overseas, Kings? And I've encountered this a couple times. A
Yeah, sure.
huge green flags when they stop you from spending money. Like
Yes.
I remember I would go out like we would just be walking down the street and it'll be like sometimes like I just want to treat myself. I want to go out to an expensive spot and I'm with a girl that I've been with for a while. She's a good woman. I'm like, let's treat us. Let me treat us real quick. And she'd be like, no, don't go there. It's too much money. Or let's just stay home. I'll cook for you. This, that. Like to me, that's a
Yeah.
huge green flag for me.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. When a woman says when a woman says, "Hey, you know, like I'll stay home and cook," yeah, that's definitely a green flag.
So Garden Scientist says just because you have it doesn't mean you have to spend it. Spending too much money on women too early sends the wrong message. Exactly. You're
Yes, it
setting the wrong
does.
foundation.
Yep,
You know,
absolutely.
like you want
Absolutely.
this girl to love you for you and not because of your money. The money's just an advantage of dating you, but like you want her to like truly like you for you. You know, and
Yep,
if you're out here just giving out money for free without this girl even knowing you like that, that girl she's just gonna view you as an ATM machine. You know what I mean? And she's gonna
absolutely.
treat you as such.
We call them Western Union poppies.
Yeah. So let me ask you
Seriously,
this.
seriously.
So
Oh man, so let me tell you, right? So I remember I had this interview with Big Boss Real Talk, and so I was talking about how how these women will like they'll send you, oh man, what's going on, man? My man Darrell is out there.
salute,
He's out in
salute.
Colombia right now, man. He living it up, man. Um yeah, out in Medi. But right, so what I was saying was like what a lot of these chicks will do, like how they have like, you know, how I said like they got like the 5 guys on rotation or whatever. So they'll have a picture of like someone like getting what do you call it, like an IV, right? And you just see the arm and the IV, and then she'll be like, oh my, you know, my grandmother's in the hospital, my mother's in the hospital, you know, we need money for medicine, right? And then they'll take a picture of an empty fridge. Like I'm telling you, like the scam that some of these shorties do, like it's a full-time job, and they be getting at 1,000, 1,500 a month. They be getting it,
Oh,
man. They
listen,
be getting it.
yo,
They
Kings.
be getting it.
I was talking to this like cute Afro Colombian from Medellin. Like she
Yeah,
looked
yeah.
like Lori Harvey. Like she looked like Lori Harvey, bro. I met her
Oh
on
man.
Tinder.
Oh
And
man.
and this is
I
a
hope you
couple
don't got
months ago.
Lori Harvey tendencies.
I, I, well, this is what happened. So
Yeah.
basically, we were talking all that. Everything seemed cool, and then out of the blue, she was like, "Oh, I'm sick. I've been sick the last couple of days. I'm so sorry." But you know, she didn't mention anything about being sick before. All of a sudden, now she's mentioned she's been sick for the last couple of days.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it made no. She was sending me pictures, everything, and now she's saying she's been sick the last couple of days.
Yeah.
So I told her, all right, for shits and giggles, I wasn't going to give her no money regardless, you know what I mean? Because she was asking me for money, but
Yeah,
just for
yeah, yeah.
shits and giggles, I was like, hey, FaceTime me. Let's have a conversation real quick. So, and plus, I wanted to see her. So she FaceTime me, and she's over here like fake coughing, going like that and shit. And I'm playing it out. I'm playing it cool, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, yeah. Oh my god, you're so sick. This that. And then for shits and giggles, I asked her, oh, so how much is the medicine? And she told me like the medicine was like a couple of US dollars, nothing crazy, right?
Yeah.
And then I asked her, okay, so how much you want me to send you? Just to test her to see what she gonna say. She said 150 US dollars.
For
And
what?
she said for medicine and also because she needed food for the week. And I was like, there's no way you need that much money like for food and medicine, bro. Who you trying to play right now, bro?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man. These girls be lying straight to your face, man. They be actresses and shit, you know.
Nah,
But
no, there's no way. There's no way. Okay, like the medicine, like the medicine is probably
a couple
maybe
bucks.
like like $4, you know, like if she's really sick, right? Medicine is like $4 maybe, you know what I mean? It could be even less, and then getting groceries for the week, probably like $20.
Yeah,
Like
she was wild and 150. As
yeah,
soon as she said that, I blocked her.
Yeah, see
Probably
that.
not.
She tried to. So she is a Lori Harvey. Yeah. Oh
Man, I
man.
wish I could show y'all pictures right now, man. I wish, man.
Nah, man. You
This
said she
girl.
looked. Nah, you said she looked like. She said you said she looked like Lori Harvey. I don't want to
Like,
see her.
I want to
I'm
protect
all
my
good.
brothers, so just in case y'all, I know they told y'all not to go
Nah,
to like Disney.
if I go to Betty and I see a chick that look like Lori Harvey, that's gonna pop right in my head. With her doing the fake call, I'm gonna be like, nah, pass.
Yeah, you see a girl look like Lori Harvey, run away, my friend.
I'm gonna do the fake call, pass her like,
Shit.
pardon.
No,
I
for real, man.
don't want no smoke with that. I'm all good. You are
For
not trying to
real,
turn
man.
me into a Western Union poppy. Nah, not
Nah,
over
but
here, dog.
they be funny because they be like papacito, por favor, porfa, papacito. They be trying to like sweet talk you and shit. And I'm like, no, you
Yeah.
sweet
Oh
talk
yeah.
me. Fuck out of here with that. Yeah, but
Yo, no cap.
yeah, Miss Polly Wright says, do foreign women expect us men to spend money?
U.S. men, I think that's what she meant to say.
Oh, my bad. All right, let me repeat that. Do foreign women expect U.S. men to spend money?
They expect, so like, now if we're talking like, again, like a regular woman who's not like a gold digger or or she's a pro or anything like that, like they're gonna be conservative, right? Because they understand that, first of all, like, you have the means to be able to get out to their country, and if you've been there like more than once, right? Like, then they know that like you have means and stuff like that. So I would say like, do they expect you to be a baller? The bad ones, yes, but like the good ones, like you may say like, okay, like, instead of like maybe taking her to like, you know, a chicken shack, something that's just completely ran down, you know what I mean? But you take it to like, maybe something that's like family owned, and maybe like the meal is like, $10, for the both of you, you know what I mean? That's pretty decent. That's pretty decent. But like the ones who are bad, they would probably want to go to like the 5-star restaurant where the meal may be like 70, $80. And then, in the US, that would probably be the equivalent of like, like a $500 dinner, So what I would say is that, so for the bad apples, yeah, because they're looking to swindle. They're looking to swindle, and they're looking to sweet talk guys, and they can tell like when the guys are simps, because like when the woman starts complaining and then the guy starts to like give in, then they like, oh, okay, I got you, because that's the shit test. When they give you the shit test and guys start to give in, they like, nah, he's a pushover, he's beta, you know what I mean? But if you got a guy that's, and she's trying to like get over, and he's like, nah, I'm good, nope, you know what I mean? So like, you could go with someone else, but you ain't going with me. And if she still want to stick around, that means that you've passed that shit test and she probably likes you.
So, Kings, let me comment on that real quick. I have a little bit of experience with this. So,
Sure.
like, I think you're 100% accurate, man. Like, the bad apples are gonna expect you to spend. You know what I mean? Like, regardless, all foreign women, like the ones I encountered in Brazil, the ones I encountered in the DR, they have this mentality that us Americans are just rich. We're just rich. The roads are made out of gold or whatever the case is. But the thing is, the bad apples are gonna try to take advantage of that. The good women actually just want to date you. I've met a lot of women in Brazil that they just want to date you. They don't care about no money. They're cool with staying at the crib. Like I said, these are green flags, in a woman. This is what I want to hear and see from a woman. So those women, like, they know you got money, but they care about you. As long as you're chilling with them, they don't care what they eat and they don't care where they're at. As long as they're with you, that's all that really matters. You know what I mean? But like King says, the bad apples are going to try to take advantage. They're going to try to, get as much money as possible from you. They're going to try to be taken to the best restaurants and all that, all while still finessing other men.
Oh yeah. They gotta, hey, listen, man, they got a rotation. They got a rotation. They got a rotation, man, and it could be like dudes from the States, it could be dudes from the UK, because it's not just because like this whole passport, bro, whatever, you know what I mean. It's not just guys just in the United States. It's guys in the UK, it's guys in Australia, because my spot is in El Poblado, and I see like who's renting it out, so I see like where the dudes are from. And it be dudes from UK, it be dudes from Australia, it be dudes from the Netherlands. So like yeah, so so Chad and Bob and they be getting it in too. They be getting it in too. So yeah, they on that rotation. So they'll have it. So they'll have a Sharif, a Billy, a Chad. You know what I mean, man? Listen, a Yao Ming too.
Yeah, man.
Listen. They don't discriminate. They just want them pesos or them dollars, them euros, the yen.
Like you said, it's a business, man. It's a business, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So Ellis said, guys definitely need to learn how to manage money better and save, including me. Well, that's good. You're taking accountability. You know, even me to
Yeah,
an extent.
absolutely.
I'm not the best at that either. I need to fix that.
Yeah, I mean, like what I would say, and I don't want to segue because this would, kind of be more topic for a different conversation.
Mhm.
But what I'll say this, like when it comes to traveling, like I have a budget like that I won't go over. So like, okay, so let me explain. Like I'll have like a budget, like okay, like I can go up to this. If I go over this, I'll be okay. But if I go over this is not okay. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So let's say, for an example, like I'm going away for like maybe 2 weeks, right? And I want to do like a lot of excursions and stuff. You know what I mean? I want to get a lot of footage, want to do interviews. So I say, okay, like I have a budget of 2,000, but let's say if I go to 25, okay. If I go to 3, I'm tripping. You know what I mean? So this way, like I'll have 25 prepared in my mind, and once I'm done with the 25, that's it. I mean, noodles and noodles.
Yeah, but I think that's a problem though, Kings. I think a lot of guys, well, I wouldn't say a lot, but there's some people that
A good
travel
portion.
that don't have a budget. They just go into it like whatever, and then they start splashing cash everywhere and all
No,
that.
you gotta have a
Like,
budget. You gotta have a budget. It's extremely important, man. Like as I mentioned, like as men, being fiscally responsible is important because like let's say, especially like for single men, right? Like let's say, you do happen to meet a woman and you guys start to get serious and things are long term, like she's going to expect you, and as you should as the man, like to balance the spending, right? So excuse me, that's important.
facts, man. Yeah. So let's see here.
Oh my, is that my man Will in the building?
Yeah, Arda Will's in the building. But Garden Scientist says, how much do doctors make in the Dominican Republic? So I wouldn't be able to give you an actual like salary for them, but I would assume they're making more than the average person in Dominican Republic. But I'll definitely get back to you about that one, man. But I would assume much more than the regular person out there. So we got Ella saying QB gonna wave the Mexican flag to the end of time.
Nah, I respect it though. I respect it. I mean, like Mexico, because you have Brazil, you have Colombia, you have Dominican Republic, you have Peru, you have um, you have Paraguay, like and the craziest thing is like like Mexico is so big, right? And there are a lot of places in Mexico where there are some beautiful, beautiful Mexican women, and they do get slept on. They do get slept on, right? And it's just crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, because I think you mentioned before, Kings, that you went to Mexico. Am I right
Oh
or
yeah,
wrong?
yeah.
Yeah.
Flyboy and I, we went to Mexico. Yep,
Oh man.
and I went. Yeah, so I went. So he went one time without me, and I went one time without him. But we went to Mexico together, I think twice, and then I went 2 times without him.
I'm gonna have to talk to you about Mexico one day, man. I'm gonna have to really
Oh, that is for QB. I mean, I could tell you my experience, but QB is the Mexico guru.
All
You
right,
know
you
what I
know
mean?
what,
Yeah,
QB,
like
I'm gonna
I'm
be
pumped,
reaching
like,
out to you.
yeah.
I'll be reaching out to QB. All right, so Ellis says, like the video, y'all. This is great conversations. Yeah, man. Kings is bringing the gems today. He's bringing the knowledge. You know, that's why I
Yeah,
invited
man.
him on. Yeah. So the panel overlay is on point. Thank you so much. I try to like tailor it depending on what country we're talking about. Last
Yeah,
time I
no,
think it
no, it's
was
fire. I like it a lot.
yeah, it was Dominican Republic, the last one. Now this one's Colombia, so I had the Colombia overlay, you know.
Yeah.
And then my boy says Argentina and Chile. Are you
Oh,
talking about
yes,
women
yes,
or
yes. That's my dude right there. Buenas noches, hermano. Yeah, yeah, of course. Argentina and Chilean. Yes, yes, yeah. See what I'm saying? Like there's so many countries, right? There's so many countries, and it's like we do tend to forget Mexico. And I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of Mexico because this is a Colombia show. But yeah, but like Mexico does get slept on, man.
yeah, I gotta visit Mexico, man. There's just so many places I want to go to, man. I'm like, yeah.
Your QB passport, like he knows Mexico like the back of his hand. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, man. But I ain't gonna lie to you, though, man. Not to keep bringing up Brazil, man. But that's the thing, man. Is I want to go to all these other places, man. But the Brazil's just calling me, man. Say, come through, please, come through. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm telling y'all, man. Y'all need to go out to Brazil, man.
Hey
Like,
man, listen, like Brazil is such a huge country, man. Like really, like you could take like years just like exploring that country because it's so big. Like Austin Holloman right now, he just left Sao Paulo. He's in Manaus right now.
I need to talk to Austin about Sao Paulo, man, because Sao Paulo, I had a much different experience in Sao Paulo, man. I had a lot of fun in Sao Paulo.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
I,
yeah,
I
yeah,
had a
yeah,
lot of fun in Sao Paulo, man. I don't know what
yeah,
it was. I don't know if it was the neighborhood. I don't know what it was, man. But I loved Sao Paulo. But it's not for
yeah.
everyone. It's much more that I will agree with him on is Sao Paulo is very Americanized.
Well, yes.
Yeah,
So yeah, Sao Paulo is the biggest city of
South
all of the
America.
Americas. It's actually bigger than New York City.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
huge,
yeah, I
man.
think it's like twice the size. Will correct me if I'm wrong. I think Will is still here, but I think it's about twice the size as New York City.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to search that up, man. Because I knew it was the biggest city in South America. I just didn't know it was the biggest city in all of America.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, North
absolutely.
and South. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah,
But
he
yeah.
said yeah.
Oh yeah, so yeah, Arterwell confirmed. Yep. All right, cool, man. I love Sao Paulo, man. I know it's not for everybody, but I love it. But back to Colombia. So
Yes, sir.
let's talk about dating real quick. Because we did briefly talk about dating, but I want to talk about like more specific. So what's the main difference that you experience between Colombia and America in terms of dating?
So, well, what I would say is that the women are definitely more affectionate. Um, they are more they're very warm. And not to say women in the United States are cold, but like they're extremely, they're extremely affectionate where like my ex there, you know, like every time like she would, come see me come see me after she came from work or before she was going to work, it was always like a hug and a kiss. Like she always was like on me, not like on me like in a bad way, but like I could just be like just on my computer, whatever, and then like she would just like come like and just
Come from
hug me and
behind and be
just
like,
kiss me.
Papachito.
Yeah, and you know what I mean, and
I know what you mean.
yeah, and like for a while it took me a little bit like to get used to it, and then like once I got used to it, I was like, yo, this is pretty cool. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying women in the United States aren't affectionate, so I don't want to say that, but I will say like let's say the United States woman affection is maybe like on a level like 5, 6, like Colombia is like 9, 10. You know what I mean? Like the affection, like like your woman is feeling you and like she cares about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, cariñosas, cariñosas. He
Yeah.
says Sao Paulo is New York City with palm trees. Yeah, I mean, I do agree, man. I know it's a Colombia show, but I agree. Sao Paulo is much like New York, like just the way it looks, the way it
Mhm.
feels. I would still say it's a bit different still from New York. It has like that Brazilian soul to it. Like it feels like you're kind of in America, but not really. You're still in Brazil. Like it has that mix of Americanism in Brazil. That's my opinion. Maybe you guys
Yeah.
might disagree, but I had a good time in Sao Paulo. But yeah, he said cariñosas. Yep, they're very cariñosas. Sweet talkers
Mhm.
too. Las colombianas, sí, la más mejor del mundo. Yep, well, them and Brazilians. But yeah. But no, that's definitely good, man. That's definitely good. I can't
Yeah.
wait to experience what you
Yeah.
experience, man, because I can't really speak too much about dating
Yeah.
Colombians in Colombia. I could speak a little bit about that here in America, but I'm
Yeah.
assuming it's a much more different experience
Yeah.
dating a
No.
Colombian
Yeah.
in America.
Yeah. Absolutely. And they're and like they're a lot. They're a lot more. They're a lot more family oriented, right? Like as you mentioned, like they would rather like cook food in the house than go out most of the time. I mean, yeah, every once in a while, like like they'll, hey, I'm, put a nice dress on, let's go out, get something to eat, maybe have a couple of drinks or whatever. But usually, like they want to be home cooking, cooking you dinner, you know what I mean, and making sure that you're eating and asking you like, hey, like what do you want for dinner? Aha, what's going on? Buenas
Buenas
noches.
noches. Buenas noches.
Yeah. So yeah, man. But very, very, very loving and very affectionate. You know what I mean? So like I mentioned, like they would rather, cook for you and like clean, like do your laundry, and it's like they just like they'll just start doing it. Like
Without you even asking.
no, really, really,
Hmm.
what I like. Okay, like me, like I'll be honest. I'll hold myself accountable because like I work. I also coach, my son's football, and then like I have other business dealings. So like I'm kind of like I change my clothes, right? So like I can get cluttery. I can get cluttery where like like shirts would be like three different like type of shirts on the chair and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So like um and like and when I'm over there, like during the day I dress a certain way, during the night I dress a certain way, you know what I mean? So like I'll have like my clothes like like on the couch or whatever, and then like they'll be like ironed, hung up. I'm like, wow, this is cool. This is, you know what I mean? And just and then also not very argumentative for the
True.
most part.
Yeah, I
You
think
know,
Colombians, out of
it's
all the
not
Latinas I met, they don't like to argue.
no.
So he says depends which region, but in general, yes, most are family oriented.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so yeah. Yeah. I mean, so like even like even though like Medellin, like for the populace, it gets a bad rap, but it's just because most people congregate to that area. But yeah, like bro is right. I understand what he's saying, but for the most part, it's very family oriented. Like they like they'll link up with family every Sunday. Like hang out, so like you'll see like the little kids to like, grandpa, great grandpa, grandma's there, aunties, uncles, and everyone's hanging out. And so, all in all, the biggest thing is that the culture in the United States has kind of lost its fill. Like this is for me why Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday because it's none of that bullshit like with Christmas, like oh you got to rush to you got to get this sale because you got to get this gift. You know what I mean? I mean before Amazon and all that other stuff, like yo, we would huff and puff and have to go to like Toys R Us or KB Toys and you know what I mean, like all these other places so we could rush and get out, get the kids or your little cousins or whatever the gift or your aunt, your mom, whatever. Like, nah, forget all that. Thanksgiving is it's like this, you know what I mean? families coming over. We're all hanging out. We're watching football. We're watching basketball, NBA. I see what you did there, by the way, infiltrating on the NFL's day. But it's all right. But anyway, you know, we're watching football. We're watching basketball, and you know, having a couple of drinks. You know what I mean? You know, somebody's bringing the Henny, somebody's bringing the whiskey. You know, maybe somebody likes to drink vodka. Maybe somebody, you know, is more tame and maybe like some red wine or whatever. But the long story of it is that like it's just family just hanging out. And to me, that's the only holiday where it's like you don't have to deal with the nonsense. You know, for Halloween, you got to get your kid a costume. You know, Valentine's Day, you got to get your girl something. Mother's Day, you got to get your mom something. If you marry, you got to get your wife something. You know, Christmas. You know, it's crazy. You know what I mean?
It's that consumer culture here in America, man. They're trying to
Yeah,
make as much money as
yeah,
possible.
it's very consumer. You know, it's very consumer based. It's very consumer based, and it's like it's more or less about like, you know, getting the gift as opposed to now like where the where the family's at. And in Latin America, you see like you know, in Colombia, you see that the family is always close. They're together, and that's, and you know, and that's what's important, right? Yo,
We
old
got
Dub, shout out to my man, old Dub from the 504, New Orleans in the building.
salute to you, brother. Thank you for the super chat.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah,
But
he's a Colombia guru too,
hey,
man.
everyone in Colombia. But yeah, y'all saying that Colombia, that Medellin isn't the Passport Bros capital, but everyone on here is in Colombia right now.
Well,
Besides QB.
yeah. Well, I mean, well. See, don't forget, like, you know, I'm a Colombian guy, so like the Colombian guys, like
Yeah, they all
they
come. They all
understand me.
tune
Yeah,
in.
yeah. So
Especially
like,
that
yeah,
title, man.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
but you said something that I liked,
yeah,
King. You were talking about the culture out in Colombia where, you know, they fold for you, they clean, just the family gatherings, just the fact that these women are family oriented, and this
yeah,
is why I love Latinas. You
yeah,
know, I've dated my fair share of Colombian women, of course, here in the States, and they're much like that. You know, they're all about meeting up with family. They'll cook for you without you even having to ask. They'll cook for you every day if need be. You know what I mean? You don't even gotta take this girl out like that. She'll cook for you every day, and she'll do it with a smile on her face. She'll clean up the house, fold laundry, do whatever it is for you as the man. Like what
yeah,
I realize is Colombian women, Latinas, are very appreciative of their man and the hard
yes,
work that they do. You know what
yes,
I mean? Like I've seen TikToks of women literally cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner for their man, and they're so happy about that. Like
right,
they're happy to. I know it's a bad word. Like our females don't like this word, but serve their man. You know, because at the end of the day, men are serving the women. We're working hard for you, making sure there's a roof over your head. You know what I mean? But for some reason, there's a problem when it's reversed. Like women can't
yeah.
serve men. What's the problem with that? You know, I don't think there's a problem with that.
No, not at all. And you know, of course, you know, you know, you being in you know, being a Latino, like in the culture, right? Like you would see like a guy selling oranges like outside of like a Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever, you know what I mean? And you know, he comes home to a nice hard, you know, home cooked meal. You know what I mean? Because he's on, you know, on his grind, 100 some degrees, you know, probably in the middle of the humidity, you know, flies all over the place. But yo, he's busting his behind, you know, trying to sell these oranges. Like he trying to get it out the mud. You know what I mean? And he come home to, you know, to a nice dinner. It may not necessarily be gourmet, but here's the thing: like it's prepared out of love. You know what I mean? It's prepared out of love, and like, you know, we've lost that essence. We've lost that essence. Now, don't get me wrong. Like the Western culture has, you know, has polluted its way outside of the United States. But what I will say is that the nucleus of Colombia is people are about family, homebody, and wanting to spend that quality time, right? Where like typically like in the States, and I, and I don't want to say like all women or anything like that, but like especially like around like major cities, you know what I mean? Like of course, like I've grown up in New York City, and now I live like outside of Boston now, but like typically like you'll see people more or less like going out to eat as opposed to staying in, especially like summertime, it's all out, 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 you know. And don't get me wrong, I get it because it's nice weather. You want to enjoy the weather and stuff like that, but with Latin America, where they don't, most places don't get winter, right? Like they don't care if it's warm out or whatever. Like the woman wants to stay home and just hang with her guy, hang with her guy.
For real, man. No facts, man. That's why I love Latinas, because it's instilled in them from birth to be this
Yeah.
way. Like,
So yeah.
mothers literally groom them up to be that way. But as you were saying, Kings.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely, and it's also and it's also like that in different countries in Africa too. But we're focused on Colombia. But yeah,
Asia as well. Asia's like that. I heard
yes,
the
yes,
Philippines
absolutely,
is big on that.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. So it's really it's really the West that has that like we have that hustle and bustle, right? So now we typically get what like eight, like 7 or 8 holidays a year. I know we get 2 weeks vacation. Most people get 2 weeks vacation, and what was I gonna say? Oh, okay, yeah. So for Colombia, the country of Colombia, like you wouldn't believe how many holidays they have a year. They have 29 holidays. And they shut everything down and they say go spend time with your family. So you can't go to the store, whatever. So like, so if that holiday is coming up, let's say that holiday is like on like a Saturday, right? You better go to that store like, Wednesday or Thursday, get your food, get your drink, my herbalist, get your herbal, and because Saturday, everything shut down. Nobody driving. Nobody is going anywhere. There's no Uber. There's no taxi. Nah. Everybody's in the house because you're supposed to be spending time with family. And we don't shut it down like that. We don't shut it down like that. And so the tradition leads into the traditional. You get me?
Yeah, and I think the thing is the work to life balance here in the United States is terrible, man. It's all about work till till you're gone type of mentality. Like
Yeah.
I think about it almost like you're on a hamster wheel. Like you're on a hamster wheel like all day, every day, 7 days a week. There's a ton of people that have 2, 3 jobs here just to make ends meet, and they're still struggling.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
absolutely.
people in Colombia, people in Latin America they only make a fraction of what we make, but they happy, and that's because
Yes.
family. That's because they actually live life. They work to live instead of
Right.
living to work.
Absolutely. No, absolutely, man. Absolutely. I there was an article that came out last year. It was an article that came out last year. Oh man, my guy is in the building. What's going
Shout out,
on?
shout out.
That's my man Marty right there. Shit, salute to my dude Marty, man. Yeah, so what was I saying? Oh, okay. Yeah, so the thing about it is like um when shit, I did lose my thought. I'm gonna have to get
Nah,
back.
that happened to me too, man. We're on the same boat. I have it. You have a good idea, then you're about to get on the
Yeah,
mic.
yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
oh
yeah,
shit, I
yeah, yeah,
forgot.
yeah. I was talking about the holidays and stuff.
I'm in El Eje Cafetero. Where's that? Mexico?
No, that's Colombia.
Colombia?
Yeah,
Sup? What's going on, Marty? How
yeah,
you
man.
doing?
Yeah. Speaking of Brazil, my man Marty's out there, man.
Yeah, I watch Marty's content. He does a lot of video
Oh, okay,
gaming
okay,
content.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's in Rio, I think, man. Shout out to you, man. Thanks for tuning
yeah,
in.
yeah. Absolutely,
That's
man.
my dream, actually. I want to live in freaking Rio de Janeiro. I would love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. I would love to live out in Rio. Shit. But that's for another video. That's another video, another live stream.
Oh,
I don't mean to
I
talk
got
about
you.
Brazil and keep bringing it up, you know. Yeah,
No, I
yeah.
got you. So I got my thought back. So what I was saying was that there was a video that had come out last year where they were talking about people like who make like $1,000 or more, um, who are living paycheck to paycheck in certain areas of the United States. So even having like 1,000, not making a salary of $1,000, 100,000, I'm sorry, $100,000 in the United States, you can live paycheck to paycheck. And it's crazy because as you mentioned, like people work 2 or 3 jobs. Like I know people who have like, a regular like 9 to 5, but then like they'll do like Uber Eats or they'll do Lyft, all of these things, right? And it's like just to make ends meet, right?
You know
And
what I think it. Yeah, go ahead, kids. My bad.
no. Yeah, and it's like just to make ends meet. But when you going so hard like that, and not paying attention, you can meet your end because like that affects your health too. You know what I mean? Because
All
the
that
lack of
stress.
sleep, right? Because the lack of sleep, right? Because you're already working, 9 to 5, and then if commuting into work, so and depending how far that is, then after work you got to commute back, then you driving people around, you know what I mean? And now you only getting like 3-4 hours of sleep, And I know this the pot calling the kettle black because I only get 3-4 hours of sleep. But what I'm saying is, like on a serious note, like you're busting your behind so much and you forget, like, man, like I actually gotta live.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, and not like you just living like you got blood flowing through your body, your heart's pumping, and your brain's active, but actually living, enjoying your life. And and I think that I get so proud and so happy when I see brothers like more and more who are actually starting to travel. Like I tell people, like like I've had a passport and I think my parents, since I was 3 years old. So I've been going international, since I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like traveling to different countries, getting different experiences and stuff like that. And when I came into adulthood, like, this traveling thing, it was normal. But like when I started to see like the whole like term passport, bro, like just kind of blow out of the water. But I was happy to see brothers just traveling and truly enjoying themselves.
No facts, man, and that's what traveling would teach you, man. Is that I feel like a lot of Americans think that the rest of the world is like this, that everyone's just working, 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 working until you get out there and you're like, holy shit, people are actually living. These people make way
Yeah,
less than me, but they're happier than me. How does that work? The math isn't mathing. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But that's what life is all about: is friends, family, like free time. We don't get enough of that here in America. Most people don't even hang out with their own friends and family over here in America. It's so like isolated. We have an
Nah,
isolated culture
no,
here.
yeah, it is so isolated, man. Like, man, I got one dude. I got one dude, like he lives maybe like 20 minutes away from me, and I haven't seen him in like 3 years. 3 years. It's crazy. It's crazy. But like the thing is, like, I don't want to put his stuff out there because he's probably
Yeah.
watching. But you know what I mean? Like he got to deal with, like the mother of his child nonsense and oof,
Yeah.
like the court system is hammering them, and that's like
Mhm.
one of the people where it's like, man, you got to pay Peter to pay Paul, and it's like it's just wild out here, bro.
Nah, I feel you, man. But Jabba's Gentleman's Journey says,
Yeah, that's
uh,
Marty.
editing some stuff and studying Portuguese. Hey, y'all doing an open panel tonight? I mean, depends on how much time King's got. I'm not trying to hold King for that.
Yeah, nah.
My boy got to go to bed.
Yeah,
He's
but
got to get
Marty,
those hours of sleep in.
yeah. So, but Marty, I definitely do. I actually do want to like holla at you because I actually would like to, actually like I don't know if we could set up like maybe like a part 14 or something, or maybe just like something separate because I know this is your real talk thing, but maybe we could set up something where like me, you, Marty, and then maybe like one of my other boys, like we could all like like just talk about like our experiences like with Latin America and stuff like that. Because Marty has also been to Colombia and now he's in Brazil too. So, but I would like to do that. But Marty, tonight you my brother. I got love for you, but man, nah, I gotta go to bed soon, man.
I feel you. But let me just ask you a couple more questions,
Oh,
King.
sure,
I don't
man.
mean
No
to
rush,
hold
no
you.
rush.
I'm just trying to get through these questions real quick, man. But I guess one last question about dating. What's the best place in Colombia to meet women, like wifey material women?
I would say it's between Cali and Barranquilla. Probably Barranquilla.
Barranquilla.
Oh, Professor Max. Yes, that's right. Yeah. That's my dude too, man.
And Marty said,
Yeah.
"Yeah, we could do that."
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. Yeah, I've been wanting to link with Marty for a minute though, but yeah, we'll make that happen. But yeah, so Barranquilla, Colombia, or Cali. I would say maybe Cali though.
He
Ah,
said,
yes, Bogota. Yeah, Bogota is good for English speakers. Yeah. So Bogota is kind of like Bogota is kind of like the Sao Paulo, except that Bogota like it actually gets like cold up there because it's like a mile above sea level, so it gets cold. So you got to wear like hoodies and jackets and stuff. It's
they
not
would
like New
never.
York cold, but it can get cold up there.
Well, Sao Paulo's the same way. It actually gets cold in Sao Paulo too.
Yeah.
They will never be your girl. It's just your turn, bro. And that's a famous saying out here in the manosphere.
Yeah, I mean, listen, listen, like you gotta look at it like this. You gotta look at it like this. Like I tell guys, like never love a woman more than you love yourself. You
All
know what I
right.
mean? Yeah.
He said Gali for a wife.
I think Barranquilla, man, and Cali too. But the reason why I say Barranquilla is because Barranquilla, like you're not really running into tourists like that. You're not running into tourists like that. Like the only time Barranquilla gets busy is around like carnival time because that's where all the Colombians around the world congregate, and then you got foreigners that want to come and party and stuff like that. But like throughout the year, you don't hear about dudes going to Barranquilla, and Cartagena is like an hour and a half away from Barranquilla, but no dudes is going to Barranquilla. I would say probably like I know maybe like 5 or 6 other people who've been to Barranquilla, and like 4 of them are expats. 4 of them are expats, and like 2 of them, Flyboy and myself, and I think the QB went, and one other person. Everybody else, nah. But more and more people are starting to go to Cali now, and that's not a slight. That's not a slight. But like Barranquilla is Barranquilla is like in a certain chat group that I would call certain chat group we call that Fight Club. Barranquilla is Fight Club. And those who in that chat group know exactly what I'm talking about. But Choco, okay, yes, Choco, yeah, Choco's another place. Like especially like if you like the melanin, oh yeah.
He said, "Stay away from Efe Cafetero."
Yeah, man. He say that's the spot right there. Leave that alone, man. Don't mess it up.
And Mexico keeps getting brought up. You would think this would be a Mexican live stream. He said Mexican women was ranked #1 in Latin for wifey material. I mean, I could see that because Mexicans.
Yeah.
I could see that. I could
Yep.
see that.
Yeah.
I met a lot of great Mexican faithful women. If you're looking for países, go to Medellin. Let's see what else over here. We have a lot of comments. Man,
Oh
King,
yeah.
you're bringing all the people out here, man. Barranquilla is a secret.
Yeah. Yep, yep, absolutely.
All right, and then we got
They
some
ain't
other
gonna
comments.
go. They ain't gonna go. They ain't gonna go. Trust me. Trust me. They go watch this whole video and they still go bring their ass to Parquettes. I swear
Oh
to
boy.
God. They
Well,
gonna
is
watch
it?
this whole video. Hey, Jamie, they gonna watch this whole video and they still gonna go to Parquettes.
I guess because it's fun out there. I'm assuming.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
it's the red light. It's the red light. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, we got a lot of comments over here, ladies. But let's so how has your life improved since going to Colombia?
Well, so as I mentioned, like from the educational piece, right? So I found out what I didn't know, especially me being a black man and not realizing like a lot of history when it comes to the black people coming from Africa having their first territory in the Americas, in Palenque. Slave ships, used to go to Cartagena. Professor Max just mentioned Choco. You know what I mean? Which is predominant. Like I think it's like 95% black. And I'm talking about people who look like me and you, Jamie. And Cali, Buenaventura. So like really just learning that educational piece. You know what I mean? That's been the biggest thing. I've been traveling so much, like I won't even mention a woman because like I've seen beautiful women in different countries and stuff like that. But yeah, Colombia has beautiful women. But what has hit home for me was really the education of like my culture, right? Coming, from Africa, even though like my parents are Jamaica, but here's the thing, you know what I mean? Melanin, we come from Africa, you know what I mean? And that's just that. So like that's the main thing. Also another thing was I did not know that Cali was the salsa capital of the world. That I did
Really?
not know.
I thought that would be like a Cuba or Puerto Rico, but I
That's
know
what
I
I
know
thought
salsa
too.
is huge in Colombia though.
What in Cali?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a Afro-Colombian festival that's happening in August. It's called the Petronio Alvarez. Petronio Alvarez. Hopefully I said that right because I know you Spanish. So hopefully I said it
Nah,
with
nah, I
the
think you
right
did it pretty
dialect.
good, man.
Petronio Alvarez.
The Colombia's rubbing off on you, man. You about to be fluent in Spanish very soon.
I'm actually pretty good, man. I'm actually pretty good. You know what I mean? So
So Kings, so that I forgot to ask you this one. So is there like a language barrier out in Colombia? Like if you try to speak to a local or a woman, like is there going to be a language barrier? Is there enough people out there that can understand English? Like how does it work out there?
So it depends on where you go. Like Choco, like it's like it's impoverished. So I will say this, like the more affluent, like the more you're gonna be able to find English speakers. Like in Medellin, you'll find an English speaker. In Bogota, that's the capital, most definitely. Cali, like yes, if you're like in the north, like in the norte, you'll find them. Like if you're going like in the east, where that's like more like the barrios, no. So like the more affluent it is, the more likely they'll understand or speak some English, right? The less impoverished, the more you're gonna have to speak Spanish.
No, that definitely makes sense, man. I mean,
Yeah,
and
and also I think that's why a lot of guys like to stay in Marquettes because there's a lot of English speakers, around that area, and they're playing like a lot of like American music, like they're playing like a lot of like the Yo Gotti, like you hear the what I mean, you hear the drill music, you know what I mean?
mhm.
So it's like how like you be walking like like in Newark, right? Like on Broad Street or whatever, you would hear like some trap music or whatever,
Yeah.
and so it's like that, you know what I mean? So when you walk in, you hear the trap music, you hear the Yo Gottis, you hear man, man,
Money Bag Yo and all those people.
yeah, right, yeah. So you
Yeah.
hear all like the mumble drill rap and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So guys are comfortable with that. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Yep.
So I have two more questions for you.
Sure, man. Take your
King.
time, bro. Trust me, man. You good, bro.
If not, we're gonna be here all night, man. I had a ton of questions. You know, I was like, man, I gotta limit this, man. We've been talking for a minute, bro. You
Hey
know,
man,
what I mean?
hey man, you know how it go, man. When we get to a conversation.
It was always a good one, man. But I wanted
Yeah.
to focus on real estate, on Airbnbs, because
Sure.
as you stated before, you do have an Airbnb in Colombia.
Yes, correct.
So what's the process of getting real estate out in Colombia, man? I think some brothers would be interested in hearing that.
So I'll be transparent with you. Like I do go through the process. I do through the process like when it comes to consultations. What I will say is this
Oh,
on a
okay.
high level. I'll speak to it on a high level. On a high level, what I will say is that you want to make sure that you get yourself a lawyer. You want to make sure that you get yourself a competent lawyer, right? Who understands the laws. And you want to be prepared to put at least 30% down on a property, between 30 to 40%. And also be prepared to pay that off within a calendar year.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So if you guys want to hear more about real
Yeah.
estate, all that, man,
Yeah, you're
get
gonna
a
have to pay me
consultation.
for that information because listen,
Yeah.
I went through trial and error. But you know what? I figured it out. You know what I mean? And but what I will say is that when you have the right people around you, the process tends to go smoothly. If you try to cut corners, like you can get scammed and you can end up in debt because you could be paying this person, not realizing, oh snap, I was really supposed to pay this person, and then it's like now you just spent twice of your money, and you from -2 getting to 0. See what I'm saying? So like you want to make sure that you have the right pieces around you. And again, I'm speaking at it to a high level, and I know some people gonna get pissed off, but you're gonna have to pay me for this
Yeah,
information, my
man.
dude.
That type of information, you need to get paid for that type of information, man.
Hey,
I
listen,
might just pay you myself, King. After
no,
this,
no,
I
no,
might
no,
just,
no. Listen, there's certain people, who I'll let have that, but like, yeah, like if you wasn't with me shooting in the gym, nah, man. Like
I got you.
if you wasn't with me shooting in the gym, nah, man. I put a lot of hard work into that thing, man. So
Facts, man.
yeah, but what I will say is this though, on a serious note, investing in property is a great way to go. And you want to make sure that where you're investing isn't in, is in an affluent area where people will frequent, whether they're going on vacation with their families. Maybe some people are going, with their friends, hang out and party. But you want to make sure that you have an Airbnb that's in a nice area. Like even if you're getting something in the States, right? You have a nice Airbnb. Let's say um like if we're gonna say like New Jersey, maybe like Elizabeth, New Jersey, somewhere that's near like Newark Airport, or if we're going in the city, or maybe somewhere like outside the city, maybe not Manhattan, but maybe like Jersey City, Hoboken, you know what I mean? Or if you're flying into JFK, yeah, and if you're flying into JFK, maybe somewhere in Queens, you know what I mean? So yes, exactly. Yes. Estrato cuatro and above. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So, I think I've explained this to you, Jamie, but
That
like,
is divided up, right? Colombia.
yes. So yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So it's
In
broken up by,
Medellin.
so it's broken up by like estratos. So like, where my Airbnb is, it's like a 5 or a 6. You know what I mean? So like the higher it is, the better the area. So like if so guys, if you meet a girl and she says she's in the Strato 102,
Red flag. It's a red
yeah,
flag, my friend.
nah,
She's trying to
nah,
finesse you, like
yeah,
that one girl tried to do to me the other day.
man. Listen. Don't even go there, man. Don't even go there. Like, yeah, don't even go there, man. Like, just be like, man, listen, like, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. You might as well listen. Like, if she tell you that she's in the Strato 1 or 2, you might as well. And you seriously, man, never mind. I was gonna say something crazy. You know what? I'm gonna say it.
It's real
Listen.
talk, man.
But
Spit
yeah,
it out.
no. Yeah, this is gonna be real talk. If you are trying to meet a woman and she says she's in a Strato 1 or 2, and you trying to get your rocks off, you might as well go to a brothel, dog. That's it. That's it. Do not go to 1 or 2 because you gonna get finessed. You may get finessed and deleted. Like like you just don't want them type of problems, man. You don't want them type of problems, man.
Yeah, you don't want to end up on the news and then people like, oh, don't go to Colombia, man. These passport bros, man. Oh, you didn't
Man,
stay in
man, if
America, you know.
Strato 1 or 2, you may not even end up on the news.
Oh, you gonna be disappear? You gonna disappear?
Strato 1 or 2, yeah, you made it, man. Listen, you may not even end up on the news. They might just be like, hey, man, this dude been missing, man. We don't know where he was at, though. We don't know what happened to him.
So what kind of business would you do well there if someone wanted to start a business?
Girl asking me some consultation questions. Okay, so what I would say is a couple of good businesses on a serious note would be restaurant, hotel, would be a concierge service, also so real estate, restaurant, and concierge. Those would be really good to start off with.
And if you guys want to know more, you guys already know what to do, man. You guys already know what to do, man. Get that consultation.
Yes.
You know. But one last question for you, Kings.
My man's going off. I'm trying to see what he's saying.
Who's
That's my man EMB.
EMB. Okay, he says 1 to 3 is basically hoods to average.
Oh yeah.
Then he said you gonna be sleeping on mattress pad with a roof above your
Oh
head.
yeah. So he just reacted to what I was saying. Okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah. Absolutely.
And I guess this was about the business question. If you could import skincare or cosmetics.
If you that's something I'm not too sure of, and I don't. I guess it would depend on I guess it would depend on the business, like you would probably have to get like some clearance. You probably have to get some clearance, and because I know like one of the companies that I deal with works in like medical devices, but it's medical devices like for skin. But they have to get like a VAT clearance. So yeah, so that depends. But yeah, keep going.
All right. And then Miss Polly says American food. I don't know what she means exactly by that.
Oh, yeah, she was saying like if you have like a restaurant that serves American food. Yes.
Oh, yeah, I'm assuming that could probably do well out there because
Yeah. So my guy who actually like he lives right across the street from my apartment. He has it's called the Sweet George's Cafe. No, Bar and Grill. Sweet George's Bar and Grill. And he has he has soul food. But he also has like Caribbean food. So he has like different menus. So it's like a fusion. So you could get like some oxtails, you could get baked mac and cheese, you can get like I think he might have jerk chicken now. You know,
Damn.
yeah, you know what I mean. You know, but you can get jerk chicken. You know, you can get a burger, fries. You know, but it's and then you also have like the then you also have like the Latin food, like you, so you could get like arroz con pollo. You know what I mean? You know, so you can
All right.
yeah, so yeah, so you could get a burger, fries, or you know, you may want some, you know, arroz con pollo, some, you know, some rice and chicken. You know what I mean? So I think it's good to have like that healthy mix.
But I also think it's a good idea because I feel like, especially in Medellin, Colombia, there's probably a lot of expats, a lot of American folk there that are probably homesick when it comes to the food. Like I'm sure the food in Medellin and Colombia is phenomenal. Like I love
Uh
the food out there.
oh.
Like the bandeja paisa. Oh man, I could eat that every single day. I'm sure the food out there is great. Well, that's an assumption, right? Depending on the food, because I've had food out here, man. I'm like, man, it's Colombian food. I would assume in Colombia
In
it's just as good.
Medellin,
It's not good. The food in Medellin isn't good.
it's listen, listen. The pizzas are spicy, but the food,
No.
yeah, you need to put some hot sauce on that thing,
What?
man.
I
Yo,
would
it is
assume the food be
bland.
good.
It's man, listen. So the best food that I've had in Colombia, Cali, Cartagena, Barranquilla, and it's because you know because we put some seasoning on that
I know where
thing,
you're going
man.
with that. Okay, all right, man. They got to put some more adobo in there. Some more.
Yeah, right. Put some adobo on that thing, man.
Yeah, that's the thing about DR though. One thing about DR, man, the
Oh
food out
yeah,
there,
oh yeah, oh
Puerto
yeah,
Rico
oh
too.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Y'all put some adobo on that
Oh yeah,
thing,
we our food is never unseasoned, man.
man.
Yeah.
Listen, man. Listen. Living in NYC. I've
Ay,
been
ay, ay,
around
ay,
Dominican.
caramba.
Ah, yes.
Ay, 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 ay,
Kilo, yay.
ay. Yeah, bro.
Ah,
Uh,
man.
well, you said especially from Ace. I'm assuming you was talking about the cosmetics and skincare.
Oh,
Uh,
yep.
but I ain't gonna give my plan away. Gotcha, man. Keep it to
Nah,
yourself, man.
hey, listen,
Yeah.
bro. Hey, listen, man. Make sure that they pay you for that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
They got to pay you for that. I feel you, though.
Bogota has better options. Well,
Food options, I think he's talking about.
yeah. Paisa food is very bland for damn man. Kings, you were spot on, man. Everyone's
Yeah.
agreeing with you.
Yeah.
Spot on, man. You've been 10 for 10, man.
Yeah,
100%
that's why. You
accuracy.
mean, listen, that's yeah. Hey, listen, that's what. Listen, that's why I gave you that. What you talking about, Willis face? When you started saying it's good, I said, listen, you gonna go to Medellin to be like, bruh. You gonna be like, yeah. You gonna be like, man, listen, I'm about to put some adobo on that thing.
All right, I'm gonna be out in Colombia in September. I'll be vlogging about all that, and I'm gonna confirm or deny whether or not Kings was right about that. But he said coastal food is the best. All right.
Yes, absolutely, man, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So you said you have one more question for me?
Yeah, one more question for you, Kings. So very simple question.
Sure.
But why should people in the year of 2024, Americans specifically, why should they go to Colombia? Is Colombia still worth going to? Like, as I stated before, Colombia's received so much criticism in the last year, and sometimes it's a little bit unfair, you know what I mean? To the point where
Yeah.
people, are they're telling you not to go out there for whatever reason, security, it's dangerous, this, that, whatever. They're making it seem almost like Colombia ain't what it used to be. So that leads me to the final question, as I stated before, is if Colombia is still worth going to, and why should people go to Colombia?
So yes. So the short answer is yes. So you should definitely still go to Colombia. Why I say still go to Colombia? Because economic reasons, right? Because your American dollar is going to stretch longer there, right? So that's important. If you're a vacationer there, you know, like I mentioned, your dollar's going to stretch longer. If you're planning on becoming an expat, like your dollar, right? So that's important. The culture, it's a very cultured, and these people are proud, and these people are proud to actually educate you about their culture, as long as you're coming there with the respect, right? And it's safe because usually when these things are happening, when it comes to people getting robbed or unfortunately scopolamine, these things are happening late at night, right? So when when you're not thinking properly and you're putting yourself in these bad positions and And when you're dealing with low tier people, you will get low tier results. What I mean by that is that, like, just because she looks good on the outside, she could be a terrible person on the inside. Guys do not do the vetting. You know what I mean? It's because, listen, you guys think with the head downstairs and not thinking with the head upstairs. You always got to be on your purpose. You always got to be smart, and you always got to make sure that you add before you subtract. What I mean by that is that you got to add to your mental before you subtract the principle. And I'll even get even deeper with that. What I'm saying is that you need to make sure that you have your ducks in a row no matter where you're traveling to. But we're going to talk about Colombia specifically. Colombia is a beautiful country. Colombia is a safe country. And when you look at the crime rate in Colombia as opposed to the United States, right? It is completely different, right? There's a lot of petty crimes in Colombia, sure, but there's not going to be people that's just like robbing people at random. That doesn't really happen, right? And you're not going to have to worry about someone who may have a mental illness where they grab a gun and just start randomly shooting and deleting people. That doesn't happen in Colombia. So, long story short, stay on your purpose, stay safe, travel safe, and just make sure that you act like a freaking adult and leave the American bullshit in America, man.
So I hope that set the record straight for a lot of people, man. Because there's some people on the fence, like, should I go to Colombia? Should I not? Should I believe what I hear in the news and social media or not? You know what I mean? Hopefully that clears it, man. I believe Colombia is a great place to visit. I believe that if you're smart, you have some street smarts, you're not, getting too drunk, not being too rowdy, not making yourself a target, you should be good in Colombia.
Don't give papaya.
Yeah, that's a famous saying out there, man. Just stay cool, keep doing what you're doing. Don't stick out too much. Don't be overspending too much on these females out there. Don't get finessed. Watch your drinks, all that, man. You should be good, man.
Yeah.
But Kings, thank you so much for coming on, man. I had to bring you on. I had to bring the Columbia expert on here, man. You did
Thank
not
you,
let
man.
me
I
down.
appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you. I gotta have you down or back maybe for another episode in the future, man. Definitely.
Yeah, man, definitely, man. You know what I mean? I would love to come back, and I wish I was able to roll out there with you in September, but that's when I'll be coaching my son's football team. Man, you should come out there in August, man, to Patronio Alvarez, man. Patronio Alvarez, man. So, man, you should move that date back, man. So, because man, we got a full roster that's gonna be out there, man. Me, Flyboy Way, Andre Love crossing borders. I'm trying to think who else,
Yeah, that
man.
Columbia squad is tough, man. You guys are
Yeah,
tough. You have a tough squad.
Carlos, Learn Crypto TV. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we got the squad, and there might be some people
And
in here that's
isn't
probably
isn't
pulling up.
Todd also from well, he lives in Colombia, right?
Yeah, he
Or
lives in Bogota.
oh yeah, so you guys got an all-star team out. You guys got the 1992 Dream Team up in that.
Yeah,
You
man.
know,
So
like, yeah,
the dream team is pulling up, but except we are putting Isaiah Thomas on this dream team. They snubbed Isaiah Thomas back in '92. I digress. But on a serious note, yes, we have the dream team that's coming out there. It's gonna be an excellent time. I can't wait to to get with the guys and just enjoy, man. And it's a free concert, man. It's free concert, free music, and it's just nothing but love. You don't have to worry about any scopolamine nonsense or anything, man. And it's good vibes, man. Good vibes. Oh, my man Sean, Big Sean TV is pulling up, so he's gonna be out there. So yeah, we like
man,
the Avengers, man. We like
man,
the
I'm gonna
Avengers,
have to
man.
I'm gonna have to change my flight, man. I'm gonna have to go there in August.
Yeah, hey man, change it up, man. It's gonna be a great time, man. But honestly, it was a pleasure speaking to you tonight, man. And thank you everybody from my channel who also tuned in. Do me a favor, everybody who's watching from my channel, subscribe to my man Jamie Woods. Also check out his TikTok, man. He's blowing up on TikTok, man. So he's doing his thing over there. Also, he's building up his YouTube. Is also building up his Instagram. So definitely make sure that you check my dude out, man. And salute to you, brother. I appreciate you, man. So salute. Take care and God bless, man.
All right, guys. Well, that wraps up Real Talk number 13. We'll be back for number 14 tomorrow. And I got J Focus coming on tomorrow. We're going to be talking about all things España, Spain. So I hope you guys are excited for that one, man. Kings, thank you so much again for coming by. Subscribe to his channel. And ladies and gentlemen, we out. Take care. Have a good night.